How did the Vikings suddenly rise in the 9th century, despite being isolated and insignificant prior to the Viking Age? Okay, let's go to the map to understand what are we talking about here. Yes, you are right. The Viking Age suddenly begins around the 8th, 9th century. What happened suddenly? How did they become so significant? Let's go to the map. We'll go to the Viking area. So we're talking about Western Europe here. And we have this bunch of islands called today the United Kingdom, which was the British Islands, the English Islands. And to the northeast of that, you have the Scandinavian region, which is Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. Okay, you have Sweden here, you have Norway here, and you have Denmark here. The Vikings were mostly Danes and Norwegians. The Scandinavian people, they were called Vikings. So you can see that between Scandinavia and the British Islands, you have the North Sea. And it's pretty vast actually. If you look at the distance, it's not small, it's not insignificant. It's about more than 500 kilometers of open sea and pretty rough sea and very cold sea. So back in the day, people just had boats, right? People just had boats. So so people who lived in Scandinavia would not even know that 550, 60 kilometers away, there's this bunch of islands. Or if they knew, then it would be some faraway mythical place, if the existence of England was known. So that's how it was. The distances were very immense and the technology did not exist. Then how did the Viking Age erupt out of nowhere? As always, technological advance. The Vikings developed longboats. Longboats were essentially small ships that could be crewed by 10, 20 people who would have sails as well as oars. And they were pretty hardy. They could survive the rough seas. And secondly, the Vikings discovered some sunstone or something. So in this part of the world, Northern Europe, the Eastern Atlantic region, the North Sea region, the climate is terrible in the sense that it's always cloudy. It's always overcast. It's raining all the time. So you hardly see the sun. And if you don't see the sun, then how will you navigate properly? So the Vikings discovered some stone, some translucent stone that if you put against the sky, even if it's overcast, you can kind of detect where the sun is. And using that stone and using the long ships, the Viking long ships, they were able to start reaching England. And that's where the Viking Age begins. And where does the Viking Age begin? It begins, let's find the place again. Okay, so let's zoom out. We're talking about the United Kingdom. Now let's slowly zoom in. Here you have the city of London, right? We're going to go north. London, Cambridge, Manchester, we go further north. We don't go all the way to Edinburgh, but we kind of come here. This place is called Lindisfarne. It's also called Holy Island. And this is the first place where a Viking landing happened as far as I know. May have happened elsewhere, but this is the first properly recorded incident. So the Vikings came here and they sacked the Lindisfarne Abbey and they stole all the gold and valuables. And then they discovered, we can reach England, we can sack these weak people, these people and steal their land and valuables. And there's a lot of good, valuable land there where we can do farming and so on. So the word spread among the Vikings, among the Scandinavians, and they started organizing these raiding parties. And eventually the raiding parties became very significant and they started conquering England. And that's how the Viking Age began. It all began with technological advances. All empires that conquer, they conquer because of technological advances and technological advantages they develop over the people they conquer.